Hey friends out there in YouTube land, Rob here. Today I want to share with you how to take a photo that looks like this, notice the sky, and ends up like this. At the end I'll tell you a little bit about what I used to have to do and why using the new sky replacement in Adobe Photoshop is absolutely amazing, but let's just jump into the process real quick. Looking at these photos, I've got beautiful pictures of brides and grooms and all kinds of stuff. This happens to be a family portrait session. It all works the same. And right now I'm at the point where I want to replace the skies in some of my murkier images so that they'll look appropriate as I'm applying different global effects to everything and finalizing my images. So we go ahead and we take a few images that we have down here and bring these into Photoshop. Now I haven't actually done these, so you'll get to see it in real time. Over here in Photoshop, we've got the family, just like this. We'll make this a little bit larger so you can see. Right, we've got the family, and this is a great candidate. In fact, I found that Adobe Sensi works great. It works real fast. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Select Edit, come down here to Sky Replacement. It will open up a dialog asking you which sky you want. Here's something that you know, it is building a mask in the background, but you can actually use any sky that you would like. It comes with a sampling built in, but you can actually download all kinds of them for free. I used to have my own sky libraries. I don't have to have my own sky libraries anymore, so I just choose a sky that I like. I prefer this one, and I do a couple things. The mask has made the sky very apparent, so I make the sky as bright as my image, which is good. I also brighten the sky and change the temperature. The sky is never perfectly blue or perfectly orange, right? So it's somewhere in between because of atmospheric haze and stuff like that. But in this one, somewhere around here looks pretty good to me. I like a little bit more blue in it. We come over here, the foreground lighting. I like to shift that down to the bottom of the slider because it just allows the sky not to add area effects. This has to do with what Sensi, the AI thing in Adobe, thinks that the sky should look like with the foreground. But here, I don't want all that, so I bring those foreground and edge lighting down. You can also adjust the edge of the sky so that the edge of the sky is actually more on the mask or more off the mask, and you can also adjust the fade of the sky so that it fades more or fades less. So you've got quite a few options right there. Once you're done, you just click OK. Now I talked you through that whole process. There's one more thing we want to do is click the sky layer, go up here to filter, select blur, go to Gaussian blur. I like about 20 pixels for stuff like this, but that's because the background is blurry. Your sky won't have big clouds that are in deep focus unless the background of your image is in focus. There's a key point. So if you've got a very blurry background because of the way you photographed with a wide aperture, but then your sky clouds are extremely detailed, like you have a defined edge, then there you know that something's going on there. So you want to make sure that the blurriness of the sky matches the blurriness of your background. Okay, let's try that again. This time we'll show you a little bit faster on how to do it. Go. Edit, Sky Replacement. The mask is built. Brighten. Adjust the temperature. Set your lighting. I'm going to adjust this a little bluer. Select OK. Click the sky layer. In this instance, go to Filter and just Gaussian blur. And I think we were at 15 seconds, 14 seconds. Done. Now the sky has been completely replaced. There's a mask that I can adjust if I need to, but the mask has got everything to include the poles right here and the different pieces of things that are sticking up, which is real nice. We'll do this one more time just so that you can see that it's not some kind of fluke. Edit, Sky Replacement. I do like this sky, and because we are facing the same direction, I'm not changing the sky from photo set to photo set. Right? If I were changing the sky from photo set to photo set, it may look odd. It may just look a little bit odd because the sky would be changing completely each time we went through an image. Okay, again, to show you just how simple it is, Edit, Sky Replacement. It's building the mask. Once the mask is built, I bring my brightness up. I keep my I adjust my color a little bit, boom. From there I click on the sky and select Gaussian blur, and there we go. So now that you've seen how this is done, let me tell you what I used to have to do. Before Luminar and before really any of this AI stuff, I would bring my images into Photoshop. And then I would have to make these masks myself, which you guys know takes a lot longer than just a few seconds. I would then have to adjust all of those settings by hand and do that for each individual image. Here, I did 5 images in less than 3 minutes, you know what I mean? And that was talking you through it. When Luminar came out, I picked up a copy of Luminar because it had a lot of AI replacements, and AI sky replacement was one of them, and I wanted something that would make my sky replacement easier. So I went over to Luminar. And actually, I was offered a free trial of Luminar and free software for an evaluation and a tutorial video, and I turned them down because although I like the features of Luminar, I don't really care for how long it takes Luminar to update presets and adjustments that you might make to images when working with a group of images. When you're working with one image, it's slow, but if you start working with a lot of images, in my experience, it's even slower. However, what it does do a good job of is taking all of my AI presets on the looks that I create and applying them to a group of images at a time. But if I'm working with TIFF files that I've exported from Lightroom because the importer to edit in Luminar doesn't work exactly how I want to with batch images, so I export a group of images, open them in Luminar, tell it to make the adjustments that I want, and then I walk away. I could have 100 images that might take an hour and 15 minutes for it to do all of this stuff, from skin smoothing to eyeball, pupils, scalea, lips, hair, face slimming, all that stuff. It might take a minute, and I'm working on a nice computer too. So when Adobe came out with the AI sky replacement and all these additional AI tools, I was excited, but originally they didn't have masks that would automatically update across all the subjects in a group selection, thereby making batch processing not work the way that I wanted it to, which meant I kept using Luminar. However, in the latest update of Adobe, which I think is, 22 or 24, something like that? Yeah, version 24.5. Version 24.5 seems to have all of these things in both Lightroom and Photoshop working much more streamlined and smoothly, specifically the sky replacement, and I absolutely love it. Now I don't need to do anything except export, edit in Photoshop, and it doesn't even have to duplicate files or anything like that. It makes things very, very simple and easy for me, and I like it. So guys, there you go. That's why I use it and how I do it. I hope you enjoyed this look behind the scenes. If you did, leave a like and a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye for now.